Okay, yeah, guys. Am I audible? Just checking.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So today the topic that we have is ordering and sequencing. Somewhat, you could say, close related to a linear sequencing part, but somewhat different as well. So here, what we'll have is in sequencing. What did we see? We saw who is before, who is after, who is to the left, who is to the immediate left, who is to the immediate right, and all. Here, we'll be comparing them. In sequencing, we did not pure sequencing, wala, we did not compare them. Like let's say, five people have been arranged according to their height, and let's say their actual order is A, B, C, D, E, where A is the tallest and E is the shortest. So, I mean, this is the arrangement. So the statements that would be given to you is A is taller than C, E is shorter than B, B is immediately or just taller than C. And you might also have some statements that the number of people shorter than C is equal to the number of people taller than D. Shorter than C, how many? 3. Taller than D, how many? 3. You will be given such statements. So generally, whenever you're given such statements, you will, like we used to do in the previous class, just make out the hints. So we can say A is greater than C in terms of height. Also, here B would be greater than E, and here again B would be greater than C, and so on. And finally, like we used to do, whenever given with five things, how do we interpret the last one? Wherein I said the number of people taller than D is equal to the number of people shorter than B. Now clearly, it is not mentioned a common point. By common point, I mean to say, let's say if the statement instead was the number of people taller than C, this is C, taller than C is same as the number of people shorter than C. Here C is the common point, but now I'm not stating such a common point. I am stating something different. That means what it can also happen is, let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and I've stated the number of people who are taller than B, sorry, shorter than B is equal to number of people taller than D. So I can have B here as well and D here as well. The only thing is they will be equidistant from the middle position. Let's say this is the case, this is B is the tallest, assuming we do not know the series, assuming that. So the hint we can derive is the number of people that are shorter than B is equal to number of people that are taller than C. Perfectly fine. If B and D are here instead, the same thing applies. The only thing is it cannot be at the center. So the interpretation of our previous statement means this, that they are equidistant from the center, from the mid position that has the average height, but we do not know which position it can be. Is this part clear, everyone? Anybody, any doubt with this part? This is the basic method how we are going to solve. Rest, all the things that we learned in our first sequencing part, the linear sequencing, all the strategies remain the same. Okay, great. Nobody has a doubt, then let's move forward. The question is visible, right, everyone? Try the first two sums. Try the first two sums. I am giving you guys 5 minutes. Let's see.
Okay, sorry, the last line which states is who is faster than Q. That means
Yes.
P is faster than Q, right?
Yes. Basically, whenever you get such a statement, who, it means it is referring to the just the previous one. Yes, Uttam, correct. To those who have read the question paragraph, I'll be just scrolling it so that others can solve the further questions as well, because there are 5 questions. No, Janvi, first answer is not correct. Manideep, your first answer is not correct. Janvi, no, still not correct. Second one is not correct. Third correct, Uttam. Fourth, no, fourth is not correct. Anshula, second is correct. Janvin, second is now correct. Others, hurry up. Just minimize so that you guys can also have a look at the question as well if you face any difficulty. No, Aswik. Read the question carefully. You might have missed something. Same goes for you, Janvi. Yes, Anshula, correct. Third one. Others, also hurry up. Prerit, are you there? Okay, do let me know if I am audible to you, Prerit. Yes, Manideep. Now it's no. The first one is still not correct. Uttam, it's correct. Fourth and fifth one. Good. The third one is correct, Manideep. The first one is not. So till now I received one complete solution set right from Uttam. Others, hurry up. Guys, if you guys are getting some questions right, some wrong, that's basically because you have got the order wrong. Please recheck it once. I know we'll say it when I pick it up, but still. Yes, Manitev, fifth one is correct. Other questions? Please recheck your first one as well.
Yes,
Yes, Anshula, fifth one is correct. Hurry up, guys, others. Last 2 minutes. Others, I haven't received all your answers yet. 1 more minute. Okay, I haven't received any more responses. Guys, are you guys stuck somewhere, or is the problem too tough to be solved? Or is there some other issue? Guys?
Stuck yesterday.
Okay. You answered just 2 questions, right, Aswik?
No, I answered only one. That was also wrong.
That was on a different level. Okay, let's see. A, B, C, D, E are 5 cars. P, Q, R are 3 bikes. Okay. So we'll have A, B, C, D, E as cars and P, Q, R as bikes. Perfectly fine. A is the fastest of the cars. Okay, let's have our orders 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we can fix, then fix. A is the fastest of the cars. C is costlier than C. Okay, fast and cost. Higher is better. C is costlier than D. Okay, so in terms of cost, let's place the cost here and speed here. C is costlier than D and Q. So it is costlier than Q as well, but cheaper than B. Okay, fine, cheaper than B. Among cars, A is not the costliest. Perfectly fine, A is not the costliest. So in cost, A will not be in the first place. D is cheaper than E. Perfectly fine. D is cheaper than E. So E will definitely be somewhere costlier than D. And there is no car whose cost lies between the cost of these two. Okay. So it is just, so it will be B, C. It will be somewhere with the Q as well, but it will be E and D because E is costlier than D and there's nobody between E and D. It has to be this order for now from what we get. Now let's move on to the next one. E is faster than 3 of the cars and all the bikes. Okay. E is faster than 3 of the other cars. So E will come here because it has to be faster and all the bikes. Q is costlier than R. Okay. Q is costlier than R. Cost it is, but cheaper than P. Perfectly fine. And P is faster than Q. Okay. So among speed, P is faster than Q. We have no info of R. So the thing that we have to
SI R is the slowest of all the motorcycles.
is it mentioned here?
Yeah, in the second line.
Okay, my bad. I missed it. Yeah. R is the slowest of all the motorcycles. Thank you. Great. Yeah. So R is the slowest of all the motorcycles, and we have all the order for the bikes. We will have to figure it out for the cars now. So let's place all we have got, that is this, and let's see. So according to the question, which of the following cars cannot stand exactly in the middle position among cars as far as their cost is concerned? Here, sorry, as far as the cost is concerned, it cannot stand in the middle. So clearly there's D. For D to stand in the middle, at least two cars need to be costlier than D, and there should be two that should be after it. But here at max we can have at max only Q, because we do not know what's the position of Q. We only know C is costlier than Q. That's it. It can come between C and E, it can come between E and D, it can come after D and E. So we have no idea on that. Clearly, D cannot come here. Sorry, D cannot come here. So the option would be D. Everybody who had got the first answer is wrong. Have you guys understood it?
Yes.
Please let me know. Others?
Yes, sir, can you repeat once?
Okay. Ashwik, this order is visible to you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. How many cars are definitely greater than D?
3.
So is it possible for D to come in middle position?
Oh, no.
Can I be definitely sure for any other car in such a way? Can I be sure for E? No, E can come in the middle position, right? Because two are definitely above it.
Correct.
Can I say something for A? A, we have no idea for now. A is not in the first place. It can be between B and C. It can be between C and E, anywhere. Same goes for E. So the only option left is D. Make sense? Okay, let's move to the next question. Which of the following statements is true about the motorcycles? P is the costliest as well as the fastest motorcycle. Yes, P is the costliest as well as the fastest. From here we can see that. The fastest motorcycle is not the costliest. No, that is wrong. And the slowest motorcycle is also the cheapest. True. This is the cheapest and the slowest are. So we will have to go with both A and C. Is this clear to everyone? Okay, let's move to the next one. If P is costlier than E, okay, so here's the twist. Now we come back to the cost, and that is if P is costlier than E. So we are mixing the bikes and the cars. So P is costlier than E. How many cars are cheaper than P? How many cars are cheaper than P? These two are definitely expensive, B and C. So two cars are out of equation. We cannot say anything about them. Q, we have no idea where it will be. It can be expensive than E. It can be cheaper than E. D, yes, there's one car we can be absolutely sure of that it will be cheaper than P. A, we have no idea. So I can be sure of two cars, and I can that they are costlier, and I can be sure of one car that they are cheaper. I had to decide for two other cars as well, and that is A and Q, which I have no idea of. So can I decide for all other cars? No, right?
Uh, Kesari, just a second. Q is a motorcycle, right? It doesn't come under cars.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, fine, no issues.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
But I have no idea about E and A, right? I'm talking in cars for E and A, not this one. E and A can come here, anywhere.
Okay.
The only thing I know is P is greater than E. So B, C is done. E is done. Sorry, this is 2. My bad. This is E and D is done. Am I sure about A anywhere? Can I determine the position of A from anywhere? I just know that it cannot be in the first position. That is fine. But can I determine its position from the given information?
No.
That's it then. We cannot determine. If I had the option 1, 2, 3, and 4, then I could probably have gone with the options because there was no CBD. Then we could have said that 2 are definitely costlier, 2 are definitely cheaper, and somewhere around we could have said that since it is given, so what we could have done is, and I will tell you, you will face such questions when we'll move to such challenging questions, and that is sometimes what you have to do is the strategy is you will have to hold off such questions, move to other questions. From these questions, sometimes, because like I mentioned in the previous class as well, sometimes it is mentioned that you can use the hint from previous questions as well. In the CAT paper you will see that. So you will get the hint about the position of A from this or this question, fourth or fifth question, which you can solve in the third question. Here it is not, and also there's an option cannot be determined, hence we'll go with this option. I hope I make sense with this statement.
Yes, case.
Okay. Moving to the fourth one, if P is cheaper than A, okay, if P is cheaper than A, so A will be expensive, perfectly fine, which is not costlier than E, okay, it can be equal as well for now because it is said it is not costlier, perfectly fine. So we have three cars that are definitely either above A or are at least equal to, that is BCE. D ka we have no idea. Now coming back to the question, which of these is cheapest of all the cars and motorcycles put together? How do we find out? Okay, which is the cheapest bike, guys?
R.
R, perfect. We have seen here R is the cheapest bike. And which one, according to you, can be the cheapest car?
D.
Okay. And
Kesari, it
now,
would be A, right?
sorry,
A is the cheapest of all the cars, right? According to the question.
where is it said so?
Because we have B is greater than C and greater than E and greater than D. So if E is greater than A, and there is also a condition that there is no car between E and D. So that
Yes,
means A would be the cheapest of all the cars.
true. True, yes. Yes, what you have said is quite correct. Yes. Guys, did everyone understand what Uttam said right now? Do you want me to repeat it? Guys, hello, am I audible? Guys, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So did you guys understand what Uttam said, or you want me to repeat it? Okay, I will repeat it. So what Uttam was telling is this statement here. And which these two are we referring to? Which these two are we referring to? E and D. That means E and D have to be next to each other. And from this question, what do we know is A, which is not costlier than E. That means D, sorry, my bad. So between E and D, since there is no car and E is costlier than A, it definitely needs to be the cheaper one.
Yes, Kesari, got it.
I hope everybody I can make sense.
Yes.
Others? Asvik, is it clear?
Not exactly, Kesari, but it's
Which
okay.
point is not clear?
No, I missed it in between, so उड़ गया. So I'll see again later. That's why.
Or did you face any issue in the explanation part or something
No,
else?
no, no, not explanation. Maybe I'm not concentrating properly because it was clearly mentioned in the first thing, also the straightforward answer. But I gave something. It's okay. I'll see the recording later.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So now what can we say about the order, guys? If we have this one and we have this one, combining these three, what should it be?
B, C, E, D, A, P, Q, R.
Yes. Okay. Then which will be the cheapest one?
R.
Others? Others, what do you think so? Uttam, one thing I would like to mention, which
Yes,
I
Kesari.
don't, and that is A, which is not costlier than E. What if this equal to sign kicks in? What will you say then? What you said is perfectly correct. Like if it was mentioned A is if it was clearly mentioned A is cheaper than E, what you said was quite correct. This order completely made sense then. Okay. E will be costlier than D, and since there is no one present between A and D, A needs to be cheaper than D. Perfectly fine. And then we'll have a PQR because A is costlier than P. But what if this equal to sign kicks in?
They would
Your
come in the middle of the order.
yes, and then what will be the answer?
D is the cheaper car.
Don't go for the options now. I just want this as a subjective answer. There's one issue with the options. I'll say that later. Others, if the equal to sign kicks in, what will be the new order? Earlier, we had a clear order, and that was B, C, then we had E, D, A, and then we had P, Q, R. In this order, this is the costliest, this is the cheapest. Now, if the equal to sign kicks in, BC will remain the same, E, and then what can happen? Please type in the chat box what is the order you guys think. What can be the order? Or if there are two possible orders, that is fine too. Okay, Manideep says one order. Manideep, I want the bikes as well in the order. Not just the cars. The question is asking bikes and motorcycles cars and motorcycles put together. So the question is not just about cars, it is about motorcycles and cars as well.
Yeah, I forgot about bikes, Kesari.
Yeah, sure. Hurry up, guys. We won't take more than a minute. We have spent quite considerable time for this question. Hurry up, guys. No response till now. Is this question that confusing? Others, is the question way too tough or is there some other issue? I'll have to cold call then. Anshula, did you understand the question?
Casey, this order I'm actually confusing whether two will become or only one will come.
Doesn't matter. If you think there are two orders, give me two orders. I mentioned in the beginning.
But I'm not sure about
Okay,
both
let
options.
me pick it up then. If the equal to sign is probably there, we can have is E and A will be on the same order. If E and A are on the same order and D is here, P, Q, R is here, D can go anywhere, literally anywhere. Does everybody understand this statement? Why? Let me tell you. What we have is E needs to be either greater or equal to at this, and A will be greater than P. A will be greater than P. Nothing is mentioned about D. So we can have D at any order. Let's say P ka value was 10, Q is 8, and R is 7. E is 12. A, let's assume it comes out to be 12, and D was the cheapest car, 3. Then D will come here. If D is equal to 7.5, it will come here. If it was 9, it will come here. If it is 11, it will come here. Now, does it make sense? Everyone? Anshula, is it clear now?
Yes, Kesari.
Others? Janvi, is it clear now?
Yes, Kesari.
Okay. Manideep?
Yes, Kesari.
Okay. Prerit? Haven't heard you since you have joined. Prerit is utilizing the perfect opportunity of online classes. Uttam, now is it clear?
Yes, case I. Actually, I considered only the first case that A is the cheapest of all the cars. So I gave him the answer A. I mean, R is the cheapest of all.
Yes, yes.
So, and later I got to know that EU is definitely not the cheapest of among all. So that's why I given the option
Yes,
D.
true. Mhm. See, the actual is actually we should not have this one here. It should mostly be R or D. But yeah, actually this is what we'll have. This was the correction basically, but I still left it that if somebody pointed out it or not. So we can have either R or D. Now does it make sense, everyone?
Yes, Kesari.
Okay, let's move forward then. Which of this is the slowest of the cars if B and C are faster than D? Let's come to this one. B and C are faster than D. We already have AE. B and C are faster than D. So B is faster than D, C is faster than D. Then which will be the slowest car?
D.
Exactly. Anybody who does not understand now? B will be faster than D. C will be faster than D. So B and C can take any place. I don't know anything. But D will definitely be last. So naturally, the only option that is left for D is to be at the last place. I hope now it's clear, guys.
Yes, Kesari.
Okay, great. Let's move on then to the next one. It took way too considerable time, but still doesn't matter. If the concepts are clear, that's great. Let me erase this part. Okay, guys. So the people who face some issues and all, this is how in ordering and sequences you will have to take more than one cases. Like this was completely playing with the words A, which is not costlier than E. This part. This clearly meant there can be two cases. And these are the point of contacts with the question where you can say generally the mistakes are made. And these are the differentiating ones. If you can get it, if you can get these questions correct, that will drastically shoot your scores. I mean, in CAT, out of 4 sets, if you solve, at least there will be one question from each set, such a question. So 4 questions right and 4 questions wrong makes a difference of 16 marks. These types of questions, and 16 marks is a difference basically between a 99 percentiler in DILR and somewhere between 89 or not even 89, 85 percentiler in CAT. Clearly, that's the difference. So this is the scale which we are looking at, and so just request you guys to please be a little careful with such words. So ordering and sequencing, yes, the concept is pretty much the same which we used in our normal linear sequencing part, but playing with words is much more prevalent here. Okay, let's move to this one. This is somewhat easy, not that, but still somewhat easy. I will be giving you guys 5 minutes. Please do it. So it's 8:39. I will be picking at 8:44. Yes, Aswik, first one is correct. Yes, Anshula, correct. Others, hurry up. This is quite an easy question. Just a second, guys. My chat box just got bombarded in a span of like 1 minute. So let me check everyone's comments. Manideep, your third one is not correct. Anshula, your last one is correct. Uttam, your first one and last one, please recheck. Aswik, yes, correct. Acha, sorry, Uttam, you have rectified it. First one, yes. Please recheck the fourth one. Yes, Manideep, third one is correct. Last final minute, guys, to all if you have to rectify something. I see pretty much everyone has got it otherwise.
Kesari, I've sent my answers too.
Didn't I say it? 1 second.
No.
Like I said. Your first one is correct, second is not, third is correct, fourth is not. Alternate pattern. First and third are correct.
Okay.
If I missed someone, these are the answers. Because the chat box just got bombarded and I had to scroll through. My bad. Yes, Uttam, now it's correct. As if everyone has got it correct, we'll move to the next one. I don't think then this needs to be discussed if everyone is getting it correct.
Kesari, before going, is there some easy level question or what type of question is this?
This easy.
Okay,
This was easiest than the previous set as well.
okay.
Because why easy? The questions had no twist. In the previous one, like I mentioned, it is not costlier. E is not costlier than A. We had that twist. I mean, the sets are on similar level. The questions were tricky on that set. Here, the questions are easier. So this is the easiest type of set that you might expect. Basically, cat won't ask you such ones. This was a morale booster one. After a tough one, sometimes you should have an easy also.
Okay.
Okay. So if everyone has answered, I'll move to the next set then. The next one is slightly bigger. I would say first read the question. This is slightly on the moderate side, guys, because it is a little data intensive, that set. The number of ways the questions are asked can be anything. This total is given and the people are ranked in percentages according to different events and ratios. Please be careful with that part. That's it. And the notation has been mentioned. Otherwise, this is pretty much straightforward that way. It's just lengthier. If you can get hold of this part, the question is quite easy. Questions are basically easier. If you can have a look at the questions are basically easy. The set is a bit difficult to comprehend. Overall, this is the same level as the first set. So I'll be giving you guys 7 minutes. It's 8:51. We'll finish at 8:58 sharp. And if you have any doubts in between, please ask me. Once you guys are done with reading the question part, let me know. I'll scroll down for the questions.
Kesari, I have a doubt here.
Yeah, go ahead.
It is given that Vijay got a better rank than Ajay in acting, right?
Yes.
Ajay did not get a better rank than
Vinay got.
Okay.
Vijay not. Vinay.
In the first statement, it's Vijay.
Acha, okay. I thought you were telling the second one. Yeah. Vijay in acting, okay.
And there is also a statement that only Ajay is between Vijay and Sanjay.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. My bad. I consider that is acting. Sorry.
Mhm.
Kesari, can you zoom out a little?
Yeah, sure. I was waiting for that because I needed others' consensus. Is it visible now, everyone?
Yes, Kesari.
Okay. Yes, Ashwik, first one is correct.
Casey, can you scroll a bit down?
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Yes, Aswik, the second one is correct. Others, hurry up. Wait, please check your last one again. Others, I haven't received any response yet. Yes, Manideep, correct. Others, hurry up.
Is there another question, Kesha, or there are only 3?
No, no, no. This set has only 3 questions. Uttam, please recheck your second one. Yes, Aswik, it's correct now. Others, I've received answers from just 3 people.
Kesri, can you just please tell me point number 3? I'm just confusing in that.
Only Ajay is between Vijay and Sanjay as far as ranks in dancing is concerned. So Vijay, Sanjay, there will only be Ajay. I mean, these 3 will be together. There won't be anyone between. That's it. You're asking about this one, right?
Yeah, it means Vijay is superior than Ajay, and
No,
Ajay
no,
is
that cannot be concluded. It can be opposite as well. Sanjay can be at the top, Vijay can be at the bottom. The only thing I know is they will be together and Ajay will be in between. That's it. I mean, it can happen that Vijay can be superior. That I'm not stating. I'm stating is you cannot conclude it only from this statement.
okay. It only simply means that Ajay is between their ranks.
Yes, Ajay is between their ranks consecutively. Nobody is in between
Okay, okay.
because of this word only. If only was not mentioned, anybody could have come in between.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Uttam, now it's correct. Good. So Aswik, Uttam, and Manideep have given me the correct answers. All the 3 others. Janvi, did you understand the question?
Yes, Kesri, but then I'm kind of stuck in the ranks of acting. So,
Okay. Take 1 more minute.
yeah.
Predit, am I still audible or are you still out of this world for today. Today, Prerit is just marking his attendance. Yes, Anshula, correct. You have 1 more minute. See if you can attempt the other 2 questions as well. Sorry, Janvi, which one are you telling? The first or the second one?
It's the first one.
No. 30 seconds more, guys. The first set took way too longer time. I had originally planned, yes, Anshula, last one is correct. I had originally planned 1 more set and 1 set as homework. I guess I will have to give 2 sets as homework then. Okay, let me pick it up then. It's taking too much time now. Okay. So a television program conducts a game among the participants and gives a prize money of 150 lakhs to the participants on the 3 rounds in the game. 50 money acting. Okay. We have, okay, let me change my, we have acting, we have singing and dancing. Singing and dancing. So 50% is given to acting, 40% to singing, and dancing this much. This is the total prize money. In each round, the prize money is given in the ratio as 6:4:3:2 to first, second, third, and fourth. Okay. So we'll leave that for now. We won't consider that. We will have 1, 2, 3, and 4 for now. If it comes to it, we'll see as to how much or what is required. So Ajay did not get a better rank than Vijay in acting. That means Vijay's rank was better than Ajay in acting. but he got a better rank than Vijay in dancing. But second statement, okay, and this will be Vijay because they haven't mentioned the people initially. Okay, Vinay got a better rank than Sanjay in acting. Vinay got a better rank than Sanjay in acting. Fine. Only Ajay is between Vijay and Sanjay as far as dancing is concerned. Only Ajay is between Vijay and Sanjay. Vijay I already know. I will say Sanjay. From the fourth statement, I see Vijay got a better rank than Sanjay in singing. So for singing, Vijay got a better rank than Sanjay in singing round, but did not get a better rank than Sanjay in acting. So in acting, Sanjay is greater than Vijay and Vijay is greater than Ajay. So basically I have got my order that Vinay, Sanjay, Vijay and Ajay finally. So my acting is sorted. So which was it? Fourth one, yeah. So Ajay did not get a better rank than Vinay is dancing. That is done. But he got a better rank than Vinay in singing. Ajay got a better rank than Vinay in singing. So Ajay got a better rank than Vinay in singing. Fine. Let's move to the sixth point. Only Ajay is between Ajay, sorry, only Sanjay is between Ajay and Vijay. Only Sanjay is between Ajay and Vijay in singing. So Vijay, Sanjay, Ajay, Vinay. I've got my ranks here as well. So this will be Vijay, then I have Sanjay, then I have Ajay, and finally Vinay. Here is something missing, or did I? Let's see. Who got the same rank in all the three rounds? Okay, I guess something I have missed. One second, let me check on this.
Vinay is better
You
than
Vinay's
Ajay.
point.
Which point? Second.
Vinay is better than Ajay. He'll be the first guy.
Okay, yeah, my bad. So Vinay, then we have Sanjay, then we have Ajay, and finally Vijay. Yeah, so the order is complete. So who is same in all the three rounds? Sanjay. This part is clear. Then we have who got the least prize money. This we will have to calculate, but if you just add the ranks, and that's the thing, if you calculate the ratios and everything, 66 is to 4 is to 3 is to 2, it might take some time. What you do is add the ranks, and the maximum number that you will get will be the lowest. Here you can see A is last and third year. Nobody else is having will achieve that much of the sum. So you can use this trick in this question to save us some time. I hope everybody understood this trick. Guys, did you understand
Yes,
this one?
Kesari.
Kesari, can you
Yes,
just
Kesari.
come again?
Same.
Yeah, Janvi. Janvi, I could not hear you.
Can you just repeat that again? I'm
Okay.
confused.
See, what is the ratio that they have been divided prize money? 6 is to 4 is to 3 is to 2, right?
Yes.
And in acting 75 lakhs, dancing 60 lakhs, sorry, singing 60, dancing 15 lakhs.
Right.
So you will basically use these numbers, then divide them in these and calculate the prize money and then add it, right?
Right.
Instead, what I will do is, I already know the ranks 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Yes.
Not an issue. Instead, what if I add the ranks only? Like when I got here 1, when I got here 1, and here he got 4. So 4 plus 1 plus 1, 6. So let's say Vinayka total sum is 6. Sanjay will
Oh.
be 6 everywhere. Vijay will be 3, 1, and 4. 4 plus 3, 7, 8. But what will be with Ajay? Ajay will be 4 plus 3, 7, 10. And this is a huge difference, right? Naturally, you can
Yes.
say from here that he will get the least prize money. So you won't have to calculate the prize money for everybody here right now.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Now, as per the rank in dancing round alone, how much prize money does Ajay get? Now we can come to it. Dancing, Ajay is third. So 3 out of 15, 1/5 of this. Basically, this is 3 parts out of 15 parts of 15 lakhs. So basically what Ajay will be getting is 3 lakhs. That is simple mathematics that has no logic part. I hope this part is clear, everyone. Now, okay, it's already 9:15 and we had 2 sets. In fact, yeah, 2, 1. Guys, do one thing, and that is there will be 2 homework sets. Take this one, take a screenshot of this. Done with the screenshot? Everyone?
Yes, Kesari.
Yes.
Okay. And this is guys, this is not an easy level question. This is a tough level question. I mean medium to tough. So if it comes in the CAT, you can expect such a level question. So I want you guys to spend some time on it and submit me the answer. I mean, this one is necessary. The previous one, even if you skip that part, I wouldn't say skip, but if you don't submit me that initially, I'm fine with that. The only thing is, if you solve this one, it will give you a confidence that your concepts are cleared, because that's a conceptual question. This will require everything. All the chapters that we have covered till now in DILR, apart from the circular ones, the linear arrangement, the vertical ones, and today the ordering and sequencing part. So please see to it that if you solve this question as well. This has total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. And I want the detailed solution, not just direct answers. I want all your rough work, however shabby it is, I don't care. And you have time till the next session. Everybody done with the screenshot, guys?
Kesari.
Okay. Any doubt for today? Anybody? If you don't have doubt, I have something to say then. Okay. I see no doubts then. Okay. So the thing is, guys, the weekend sessions that we just had for DILR, we had 3 sessions on both the days, and I could see even after giving a 5 to 7 minute break, I couldn't see the same productivity or the same speed after, let's say, close to 1.5 to 2 hours or so. Because basically I can understand DILR is more intensive than quant. You require more calculations and more interpretation part, and totally understandable. So what I'll be doing is, guys, instead of having 3 hour sessions on weekends, we'll be having a normal, like we are having today, 1.5 hours sessions on weekends as well. So the only thing that you will be having is instead of completing a syllabus in next month first week, we'll be completing more or less a syllabus in after more 10 days. It will get extended. That's the only thing. That's a trade-off, so that we can be comfortable with every syllabus and not completely rush it. I know we started a batch a little late, but that is just a little trade-off, because after that we'll be starting with the revision sessions, and you will have close to 2 revision sessions with me every week. Will that do for you guys, or do you guys still want it?
Anything is fine for me, Kesari.
Others?
I'm fine with anything.
Okay. Okay, then we'll have then 1.5 ones. But like I said, guys, if I'm having a 1.5 session, I will be expecting complete concentration and complete quick responses from you guys. So I hope that part is clear, everyone.
Kesari, before closing, can you even suggest what all exams we need to write apart from CAT? I mean, whenever you're free, can you just post them in group like these
Okay,
exams?
sure, sure.
These
Well, I can say it right now as well.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Okay, yeah. So, guys, what are the, I mean, do you guys have any specified area of interest in your MBA?
For me, marketing and sales.
Okay, others?
For me, HR and finance.
Okay, HR and finance, that's quite contrasting. Okay.
Mine's marketing and finance.
Okay. What's yours, Anshula?
I would like to go for general management or entrepreneurship.
Okay, okay. All right, great. So guys, CAT though we have to do, that's the mother exam. XAT, if you are preparing for CAT, XAT is a must. So from this you have all the IIMs covered, you have your MDI Gurgaon covered, you have your SP Jain covered. All these B schools you have FMS covered. From this you have XLRI covered. There's one more, and that's SNAP, that is for Symbiosis. If you guys wanna give it, give it. I never gave it. I basically gave these two exams in my life. That's it. I never attempted any other exam because I never felt the need to. That's it. I never felt the need to go outside these exams. And my highest scores in both of them, this was 99.4 and this was 99.2. So it's not, I would say, different. If you are scoring good in one, it automatically reflects. And that is why I said these two are the important ones. If you guys want to apply for IIFT, you can do that one. There's another exam for IIFT also. They do very good for finance, but it is more on international, like this Indian Institute of Foreign Trade International, they consider that part also. So finance is good, but they also reflect more on the foreign part. I had no such interest, hence I did not apply for IIFT. And in IIFT Delhi is better than IIFT Kolkata. Otherwise, your IIMs will be any day better. Apart from the few colleges, IIMs will generally be better. See, the important thing is you can give any number, and in fact, there's one more, and that is for NMIMS. They have a special exam called NMAT. IIFT, NMAT, and SNAP are very speed wala test. Here, you require knowledge. For these exams, SNAP, IIFT, and NMAT, you require a lot of speed. The least exam that requires least speed is XAT. You can be as slow as you want and still attempt and still get 99+ percentile. CAT is in the between. SNAP, IIFT, and NMAT tests more on the speed. So there you will have to solve like one question in 1 minute or something to be on the top. I mean, to qualify, that's even lower, but to be on the top, you'll have to have that one. And all of them will start their advertisement shortly. The CAT hasn't given its advertisement yet, so we'll be waiting for it. Hopefully, it will be delayed by slightly, not much, maybe. I'm expecting close to maybe if how the corona thing sees, because
Okay, so CAT's notification has already come.
have they released a date?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
from 6th August to 16th September. The
Now,
registration
November 29th is the exam.
exam.
No,
Yeah.
no. I was asking the exam date.
November 29th.
Okay, okay. So have you guys filled it, all the form?
No.
Okay. And when did this CAT notification come?
August
Coup-
5th. I
no, notification came couple of weeks back. Registration started on 5th.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So I was just aware the notification has come. I wasn't aware of the registration part. Okay. So yeah, we'll have that part. That you can fill it till even the November. So we have an ample amount of time. I think as a Snap and IFT and NMAT will also start rolling. I guess one of them has come. I'm not sure about it. It's just that the skill set part, the knowledge of what you are learning for CAT is more than sufficient for Snap, IFT, and NMAT. I mean, for this, there's one important part, that is the GK part. So if you are covering your newspaper wala part, normally also that is more than sufficient. You do not require complete detailed analysis of GK part. It is more than sufficient. I'll also give you a link to a YouTube channel, which if you follow regularly, that will be more than sufficient. Otherwise, apart from G, it is not required much. Even in that, they have GK, but it's not much. Like I used to just to read newspapers and everything, and they have 25 questions, and you can clearly give all the correct. I had 17 as my score, and I would say I wasn't current affairs updated guy. I mean, I had normal knowledge, not the complete knowledge. And the GK is more like generalistic as well as the current events. They cover both the things in that. So if you are moderate in that department, that is okay. It's not much. The only thing is in the GK part for IIFT and SNAP, they have sectional cutoffs. IIFT is quite notorious for that because, like I said, they have very like last 2-3 years that DI LR cutoffs have been, DI is different, LR is different for them, not like CAT. Their cutoffs have been as low as 1, 2, or sometimes in decimals. Like even if you just attempt a question and you get it right, you will clear the cutoff. It's as low as that. So the important thing is and in CAT you have 1 hour slot. You have to attempt one thing for 1 hour. That does not have it. You can roam in the entire paper. For IFT, it goes the same. You can decide however you wish. I mean, they can change it anytime also, but you have various strategies for that part. So the strategies for this is different. The knowledge for all this exam basically remains the same. So knowledge wise, if you are covering CAT, slight differences are required, but more than that, I won't think it's much. If you attempt the question papers of this, the SNAP and that one, SNAP and IFT ones, that would be more than sufficient. That too at just before 2-3 weeks before the exam is sufficient. Not much is required. CAT requires special status, special preparation. Hence, we are preparing for that from the beginning. Like I said, it's the mother exam, and a lot of schools, B schools, would be accepting your CAT scores. I hope that clears it. Anybody has any other doubt?
Kesri, what does CMAT is considered for?
CMAT is for CMAT is a general exam.
Okay.
I mean, CMAT you can get a good score or so, but there are very few good B schools. I mean, all the B schools that have in CAT, there you cannot. There's one more B school, that is Jamnalal Bajaj, JBIMS. This you can have through CMAT also and through Maharashtra CET. But the skill set required for this exam is totally different. That's it.
Okay.
I mean, they have 200 questions in 3 hours. CAT has 100 questions. That does not even have 100.
And Kesri, one more small doubt.
Yeah.
So the portion which we are covering, is this applicable for GMAT also?
Largely yes. Largely yes. One or two things, like you will have to check it through the verbal faculty.
Okay.
In verbal, the syllabus is slightly different, and in LR part slightly different. I mean, just a few topics, 1 or 2 topics are different. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same. Yes. For quant part and DLR part, you are more or less, I would say 80 to 90% is quite the same exactly. In VARC part, yes, it is different, because what GMAT is, it is a lot different than CAT. GMAT and GRE, their format is you have one question on the screen at a certain amount of time. When you move to the next question, you cannot attempt the previous question. And what happens is in GMAT, I mean, they might have changed it. I will update you guys with that part. What happens in GMAT is, suppose you are given a test in GMAT. Suppose you are getting a tough question. If you skip it, you can be damn sure that the next questions that you will get in GMAT would be the easier ones. You cannot say that in CAT. GMAT is your comprehensive test. It balances the level, because a lot of people give it across all the world, and you have to maintain the difficulty level of all the papers. So you need some algorithm to maintain the difficulty level. Hence, if you get a tough question or so, after one or two questions, tough ones, you can be pretty sure that easy questions are on the way. You can't comment that about CAT. That is the major difference, I would say.
Okay,
Also,
thank you, Kesri.
GMAT you can use for ISB, the B school, which has their flagship 1 year MBA instead of 2 years. That is quite popular for it. Indian
Yeah,
School
but
of Business.
that needs compulsory 24 months of experience.
Yes, that is the thing.
And it is very tough to get inside. You have 5 rounds, 3 GDs, and 2 personal interviews.
It's not tough, I would say. See, it's more like how you present, even when you sit for IIM Ahmedabad interviews or any other interview also. Your interview, see, the panel is more or less the same. Not much difference, I would say, for the panel wise. The only difference is your competition. For maybe if you are sitting for IIM Ahmedabad Bangalore interview, your competition will be much tougher than your Lucknow Kozhikode. Gradually you go down the line, your competition would be the nature of questions that are asked in the interview would be pretty much the same. There you won't have a difference. Even if you enter your B schools for your other processes for placements, club committees and all selections, you will still have your GDs. So if you say that is the tougher, then your B school life would be way more tougher. Basically, this preparation, what is you are facing through, this is preparing you for your B school journey. Like every club committee that you will be through on everything, or even for the placement process, every company you sit for, you will have your tests like you are having for CAT, you will have your GDs, you will have your interviews. So let's say you sit for some X number of companies, and after X number of companies, your dream company comes. And you decided, since my dream company is going to come after some days, let's sit for all the companies. If I get selected also, it's good. If I don't get selected, fine. Then what will you say after going 5, 6, 7 GDs? So it all depends on how you see to it. So I wouldn't say it's not difficult, but yeah, you will have to upskill with your communication skills. That's a must. I mean, even you can be a bit here and there on your knowledge part, but communication skills is a must, truly a must. So apart from all the skills that we are gathering, I would say please update yourself on that part. I mean, you can use various techniques. You can talk in front of the mirror, practice 10-15 minutes a day, take any topic, write a blog or so, anything. Or if you guys have some doubts or so, what you can do occasionally is prepare a group discussion in the group as well. You can take up a topic any day and you can fix a timing. Let's say for 15-20 minutes, start discussing in the group. It totally helps. Like I said, it's all how peer learning helps a lot. Even if you go into B schools, the professors will teach you some concepts. You will learn a lot of the concepts from the different experiences of your peers, as well as from the internet. So I'd say a lot of the learning happens outside the classroom as well. So this is what you have been preparing for. And when you enter the B school, you will realize, acha, all that the journey that I was going through was worth it. Now you might feel, why this question? Why do I require that skill set? Why that skill set? It all gets required once you get into B school. Gave too much gain today. I hope I did not exaggerate, and I hope did not scare you guys.
Yes, Kesri, thanks for that.
Okay then, guys. So do see the homework question part, and then we'll take the leave for today.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kesari.